The snow day that never ends. Once upon a time in the little town of Frostville, winter was everyone's favorite season. Snowball fights, ice skating, sledding, everything was perfect. But one year, something unusual happened. Winter refused to leave. It all started in late December when the biggest snowstorm Frostville had ever seen blanketed the town. Snow piled up on rooftops, icicles hung from every branch, and even the Frostville sign was buried under a mountain of snow. Days turned into weeks, and then into months, yet the snow kept falling, and winter lingered on. By February, the kids were thrilled. No school because of snow days? Best winter ever. But by March, they started to wonder if this would ever end. They couldn't remember the last time they saw grass or even their backyards. April arrived, and everyone wore 2 pairs of socks and 3 sweaters just to go outside. Snowmen dotted every lawn, each more elaborate than the last, with hats, scarves, and even carrots in unusual places like where the ears might be. The adults grumbled about shoveling snow, scraping ice off their cars, and just being cold all the time. The town hall even held a goodbye snow dance in a desperate attempt to bring back spring, but all it brought was another blizzard. The kids gathered at Lucy's house one morning, bundled up from head to toe. Maybe we need to solve this ourselves, Lucy suggested, her breath fogging up her goggles. I mean, what if this isn't just a regular winter? What if it's a magic winter? Sam, who was always looking for adventure, nodded. I say we go on a mission to find out who's behind this. And so, Lucy, Sam, Mia, and Jack formed the Frostville Snow Squad. Armed with sleds, shovels, and a thermos of hot cocoa, they ventured into the town's thick snow, determined to uncover the secret behind this endless winter. First, they tried the Great Ice Cave, a hidden cave in the woods where the snow never melted. They hiked up the frosty hill and tiptoed inside. The cave sparkled like a million diamonds, and their breath hung in the air like little clouds. Hello? Anyone home? Lucy called, her voice echoing through the icy cavern. Nothing but silence and the sound of dripping icicles. The Frostville Snow Squad trudged on to the mystical snowy owl, a giant owl statue in the town square that, according to legend, granted wishes during the first snowfall of winter. They gathered around, joining hands and whispering a wish for spring. But the owl just sat there, its eyes still and cold. Maybe we need something bigger, Mia suggested, looking thoughtful. What about old Mr. Frost? Now, Mr. Frost was the oldest man in town, and he was known to have some rather interesting theories about the world. He claimed to be best friends with Jack Frost, the mythical spirit of winter. They trudged to his cabin at the edge of the woods, their boots crunching in the snow. Mr. Frost opened the door, his face lighting up as he saw the kids. Oh, let me guess, he chuckled. You've come to ask about the never-ending winter, haven't you? The kids nodded eagerly. Mr. Frost scratched his long white beard. Well, I reckon Jack Frost's having too much fun. Sometimes he forgets to bring spring if he's got good snow to work with. He loves making snowflakes, you know. So, how do we remind him to bring spring back? Asked Sam. Oh, that's simple, Mr. Frost said with a wink. You've got to make him laugh. Jack Frost loves a good joke. Just go to the tallest hill in Frostville and shout the funniest thing you can think of. Lucy, Sam, Mia, and Jack exchanged determined looks. This would be their most important joke-telling yet. They climbed the tallest hill, their breaths puffing out in front of them. When they reached the top, they could see the entire town of Frostville sparkling beneath them, blanketed in never-ending snow. They took turns yelling out their funniest jokes. "What do snowmen call their offspring?" Jack yelled. "Children." "What falls but never gets hurt?" shouted Mia. "Snow." "Hey Jack Frost, why did the snowman look through the carrots?" Lucy added. "He was picking his nose." With each joke, the snow seemed to sparkle a little brighter. Then, the wind began to change. It wasn't blowing cold air anymore, it was warm. They felt it tickle their faces, melting little drops of snow. Suddenly, they heard a deep, rumbling laugh that seemed to come from the very air around them. The trees shivered, the snow shifted, and Jack Frost himself appeared, a tall, thin figure with icy blue hair and sparkling snowflakes dancing around him. "Ah, you kids sure know how to make a spirit laugh," he said, chuckling. "I got a little carried away with the snow, I admit. But I'll bring spring back, right after one last snowball fight." The Frostville Snow Squad laughed, grabbed handfuls of snow, and pelted Jack Frost with snowballs. It was the most epic snowball fight ever, with snow exploding in puffs of white and giggles filling the air. Afterward, Jack Frost waved his hand, and in a swirl of magic, he disappeared, leaving behind a warm breeze. Over the next few days, the snow melted, and grass began to peek through. Flowers bloomed, birds returned, and the townspeople cheered. Spring had finally come to Frostville. As for Lucy, Sam, Mia, and Jack, they never forgot the winter that lasted too long, or the time they made Jack Frost laugh so hard that he couldn't resist bringing spring back.